Hey guys!
Alright guys, we're here today to check out the latest video from Sylosis. Sever. I sever.
I thought it said server.
Where, they're like an IT company now?
Yeah.
I server? Wow. They're not those guys from India, you realize that, right?
Yeah.
Alright, it would make more sense for them to make a song called I Server. Would also make more sense for them to make a song I Technical Support.
Oh.
But, you know, it is what it is. Anyways, Sylosis, we did this band on the channel before. We did one video from them that was a Patreon request.
And they were broken up at the time.
They were broken up at the... Exactly. They were broken up at the time, and they just announced a couple of weeks ago... They're on Nuclear Blast, by the way. They announced a couple of weeks ago that they're coming out with a new album in the new year. How exciting is that?
It's really exciting.
I can tell you right now, the internet is overflowing with joy over the idea of these guys putting out a new record.
And I really enjoyed the last song that we did.
You bought it on iTunes like immediately.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it as well. So I'm really excited about the prospects of a new album, and I'm really excited about the prospects of Shaking, which is their first single from that upcoming new album. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Put this on. Oh. All right, I think we can call it. Can I go first?
Yeah.
All right. Let me go first by saying this. In late 2019, early 2020, if you're not happy with one asshole and you're looking at adding a second asshole, listen to this song. This rips you a new asshole like in absolutely 0 to 10 seconds.
I was wondering where that was going.
Well, now you know where it's going.
Yeah.
You're getting ripped a new asshole. What a freaking
I don't remember,
pounding
I don't
track.
remember in the last video if he had the same haircut, but I dig the haircut.
Oh, after listening to this glorious song, the first thing you say is talk about the dude's haircut? Seriously? Like, seriously? You're going down that path of talking about the guy's haircut? I mean, I'm not the one to talk about anybody's haircut, so I'm not even going to go there.
You have similar haircuts.
But still, I feel like I don't have enough expertise when it comes to hair to talk, not body hair, like actual hair, to talk about anybody's hairstyle or haircut or whatever the case might be. So let's move on from that. That was such a side mission. That was one of those side missions on Red Dead Redemption or whatever the freaking game is called. Anyways,
The only reason why I'm talking about that is because of South Park.
but I love that game. I finished the first two. I just haven't started playing. I mean, I'm really late to the party when it comes to the new one.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's talk about this this song from Sylosis, I Sever. And every time I want to say I Server for some reason. But what did you think of this track? Because it rips.
It does.
From start to finish. I mean, there's some melodic portions that perhaps dip down in intensity when he goes with more melodic
portion
vocals.
Was the guitar solo.
Oh, the guitar solo was magnificent.
It wasn't. The guitar solo wasn't like the rest of the song. The rest of the song was very hyped and very fast. The guitar solo was very slow and very melodic.
It had the guitar solo definitely added some melody to the track, but overall the track has tons of aggression.
Yeah.
It just has a few dips here and there. And most of the dips is not necessarily, I mean, obviously there's a huge portion of the melody coming from the guitar solo, I agree with you. But there's some dips when the vocals become a little bit cleaner, they're not as heavy, they're not as harsh. That gives the song a little bit of a break in the intensity. But you almost need that. If the song was high octane from the first second to the last second,
It rips you 3 new assholes.
yeah, never mind one extra one. I think you would have a few to to share and sell to those around you.
And Bleach.
And bleach, which I wouldn't. By the way, I wouldn't suggest using the sunscreen or sunlight to bleach your. Somebody did that, and apparently they end up in the hospital. But anyways, just seek a professional. Just go seek a professional.
A Roman.
An Italian.
An
Italian. But this song is absolutely magnificent. Just put it this way. For a band that was kind of broken up on a hiatus, whatever you want to
It
call
doesn't seem like they were.
I was just going to say, if this is what you're going to put after being on a sabbatical, for lack of a better term, every band should take like a couple of years off and do a sabbatical. If this is what you're going to come back with.
But listening to this, it doesn't feel like they took that. Like, it doesn't feel like they broke up for that long, because they have such a chemistry.
And like I said, I'm even taking this from a different perspective. When a band either not necessarily breaks up, but takes a break, or goes on a hiatus for a couple of years, 5, 6, 10 years without putting out a new record, the anticipation when they announce that there's a new album coming out is through the roof.
Yeah.
And
sometimes that could really hurt the band.
I was just going to say that. More often than not, that really hurts the band because the anticipation, you're never going to live up to the hype, right? Like, everybody's so excited, new album, blah, 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 blah. And then it doesn't matter what you release at that point. You're just never going to live up to the hype, and then it's a huge flop. Not necessarily the album is bad. It's
not what everyone was expecting.
Yeah, because the expectations are through the roof, right? So these guys, based on this single alone, I'm expecting like a badass of a record.
Yeah.
Because this song absolutely destroys everything, to quote Hatebreed. Like, it just absolutely destroys everything.
Yeah.
Today I'm with the quotes today.
Yeah.
Absolutely killer track. No wonder everybody was telling us that we need to check out this video. Like, there's a huge buzz, there's a huge hype. I obviously wanted to check it out with you because we got introduced to this band together, and you really enjoyed that track that we did. So I definitely wanted to check this out with you, because I'm definitely going to do an album review. So I'm going to listen to the album. So before I dive into the album, I really wanted to check out the single with you. But it's taken us a week since the release. Yeah. But better late than never.
We got new gear and stuff, so...
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have noticed the past couple of videos, we have new gear, so sometimes it might look like we're looking at nowhere, because we're still getting used to where the camera is, and the angles and all of that stuff. So sometimes when I'm looking, it may look like I'm looking at space like this, but I'm not. I'm looking at the camera. We're just kind of trying to figure out how everything works. And by the way, speaking of Patreon, because we discovered this band through Patreon, I want to thank everybody on Patreon, because thanks to their donations on Patreon, we've been able to upgrade our gear. New camera, new tripod, new microphone, new lighting systems. We can do videos now at like 1 o'clock in the morning if we feel like it. It's always going to be daylight because we have a studio. Yeah. We have like a mini studio in our house. So I want to just take this opportunity to thank everybody on Patreon, because thanks to you guys, we've been able to afford all of this new gear for our channel. So we wanted to finish 2019 on the right foot, start off 2020 with both feet in.
Yeah.
Like, like jumping into 2020 with good gear. All right. This is it, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. This is it for today, but come back tomorrow. We have more videos for you. See you guys.
See ya.